Welcome to the show, everyone. I'm Sherry Horner, your host at healthfitnessbroadcast.com, bringing you the latest health issues and the hottest fitness topics. Today, we're talking about the extreme ab and arm wheel with creator Ken Fredrick, and he joins us from Huntington, Pennsylvania. Welcome to the show, Ken.
It's nice to be with you.
So, I'm excited about talking about the benefits of using an ab wheel, but especially your new extreme ab and arm wheel because of the way that you designed it. So there's lots of exercises. It's great for anyone that needs to get in shape, but I know there are a lot of different athletes, armed forces, lots of different people that use your product. But we'll go back to starting with some of the exercises that you can use it for.
hmm Probably there's a range of exercises that can be performed. Rollouts, of course, but it also has a feature for beginners, for people who are not quite comfortable rolling out all the way from their knees. In fact, you will see some people will actually put a wall in front of them. They'll get in front of a wall with their ab wheel so the wall can serve as a brake.
Right.
Whereas with my device, by using the side grip options where your thumbs essentially run across the top, you have a lot more control where you can lift it so that the handles are parallel to the floor and you can roll forward, and you can tilt it down and stop it. Now, you can't do this on a slippery or wet surface, but rubberized surface, carpeted surface, a non-slip surface, it is an excellent tool, and it prevents that whole need to position yourself in front of a wall.
Right.
One,
I just want to go ahead, continue. I just want to show everyone what you're talking about. This is what it looks like. And that is so helpful because a lot of people that are lacking in core strength, that's why they're using an ab wheel, it gets stuck. And then they have to collapse, because they can't get back. But that make it being able to stop, regain your strength and roll back in. That's great. That's excellent. So this is what it looks like. So go ahead and
yeah,
continue. Sorry.
yes, and sometimes I refer to it as incremental distancing, as a chiropractor referred to it, sort of coined that term with regards to the extreme ab and arm wheel. But then on my website and in my literature, I refer to it as the roll stop feature. Now, Gary Scheck at Bucknell University, who has about 10 of these, he referred to it as the braking mechanism of the extreme ab and arm wheel.
Yeah, so the different exercises. Now, I tried it, and the tricep dips I loved. I love the plank. So if you can name all the exercises that you can do with this.
Yes, you can do three different rollout variations. Of course, you have the traditional grip where your hands are pronated, where your palms are pronated, and you also have two vertical grip options. Two neutral grip options. I'm sorry. One I call the side grip option, where, as I mentioned, with the roll stop or incremental distancing, you just have your thumb running across the top of the handle, and you just keep it parallel, and that's called the side grip option. Also, there is the vertical grip option, where as you roll out, you tilt the handles or the horns, as some people refer to them, towards the ceiling. And so those are the three different grip options. The pronated grip, standard grip option, and then two neutral grip options, actually three, where instead of having your thumb across the top, you just fold it over your index finger and you can roll out that way. Those are illustrated. If you look on if you look at go to varietytrainer.com, you can see where Bucknell University strength and conditioning coach Jerry Scheck did a very extensive product review where he actually gave it an A+ rating. And he illustrates all of the different grip options and some other features and benefits with this device.
Right. Some more information is at your website, extremeabandarmwheel.com. Right?
Correct.
And so there's lots of information on there. Plus, there's some more demonstrations done by our friend, Karsten Jensen, who is a strength and conditioning
Yeah.
coach in Canada.
hmm
And so he's really good by explaining what he does there. So those are really good videos to watch. And then lots more information on your website, some testimonials and things.
Yeah.
So being a lifelong exerciser,
hmm
You have your master's in management and your undergrad in economics and love of fitness. What inspired you to change the traditional ab wheel and make it the new ab wheel?
And the word rotator cuff injuries that
Mm,
I've had a couple of pretty painful ones, and both times they would essentially sideline me from doing a lot of my favorite exercises, anywhere from 6 to 9 months. And so being someone who loves working out, loves having a level of strength beyond, if I didn't do any type of exercise whatsoever, I wanted to be active and do some strength exercises while this injury was healing. And I knew that certain neutral grip exercises did not aggravate my rotator cuff injury. And being someone who's always had an ab wheel or two around the house, I just got the thought to tweak with the standard ab wheel to see if, in fact, we could create neutral grip options. And from that point, I went and I think my first rough prototype had PVC neutral grips. And when I did the first rollout and realized that, wow, this rotator cuff injury is not hurting, I don't have the pain and aggravation. From that point on, we pursued a neutral grip ab wheel.
and
Yes.
then it was born. So, and what
Yeah.
about the patents you were discussing before?
Yes. We were able to acquire two design patents, one with a single wheel, one with a double wheel, and a utility patent is currently being reviewed
Nice.
for the Extreme App and non-wheel. Now, getting back to some of the other things that you can do with the device, you can actually do planks, as you mentioned, yeah, the tricep dips, as you mentioned. You can also do close grip push-ups. Now, the main benefit with this device, in my opinion, is the neutral grip rollouts because you get just not only the shoulder safety, the shoulder benefit, but you get a different activation. There's a different strengthening. And the reason I named it the Extreme Ab and Arm Wheel is my initial motivation, as I mentioned, was to be active while I had this painful shoulder injury. And it worked in my particular case, having a neutral grip option. Um, but what I realized is that something tremendously strengthening occurred with my arms. Unlike anything I've experienced with bicep curl, there was just a more substantial strengthening, especially in lengthened, extended position. And that's why I named it Extreme Ab and Arm Wheel. And it might seem a little far fetched to some people because most people look for that arm pump, when you do a bicep curl or barbell curl or hammer curls. But with this, you're not necessarily going to get that pump, but you will get a substantial strengthening over time from doing neutral grip rollouts that only come, and some of my research suggests this, from when arms are extended in lengthened positions or extended position and palms are facing because you get a different recruitment of muscle fiber, particularly the brachialis.
Okay, so is there anyone that you would suggest not to use this?
Someone with extreme back problems, someone who is yes, probably someone who has extreme back problems or severe shoulder injuries should not. Okay, they should always consult your physician before using this or any other device, just to make sure that that you're proceeding with as minimal risk as possible. This was indeed designed with shoulder safety in mind and other safety aspects, but people with severe back problems or severe shoulder problems I wouldn't, although I will tell you that some of the exhibitions that I've been at, and people who cannot use the pronated grip ab wheel, when they use the neutral grip, they say almost invariably, oh, my shoulder does not hurt. I can do this. I can use
Mhm.
this.
So, what about sports teams and boot camp? Those type of.
Absolutely. In fact, Coach Doug Smith at Juniata College, who was one of my early supporters, time he saw the device, he said, hey, you have to get a patent on that. Doug actually has about 22 or 24 that he uses not only with his athletes at Juniata College, but with boot camp too. In fact, my wife just the other week saw her eye doctor, and he's when I used to go over to the gym, I would see him there occasionally, and we know each other. But my wife says, I have a message for you. And he told her to tell me that he loved my wheel. And I know that he's a part of Coach Smith boot camp during the lunchtime hours. So, of course, that pleases me when I know that people are using it and people see the value in this design.
Right. That sounds good. So, um, mention again all the exercises that you can do with it. The
Okay.
rollout.
Yes, you can do neutral grip rollouts, pronated grip rollouts. You can do tricep dips. You can do incremental distancing. You can do planks. You can do close grip push-ups. And even for more advanced people, is where you don't plank. You actually tilt the wheel up off the floor. I mean, the handles up off the floor, and you'll realize that just the wheel is in your strength and stabilizes or balancing you, and you realize not only activation in your core, but also in your arm muscles as well.
Right. Now, I wonder why things didn't change sooner. Like the traditional ab wheel has been around forever, and it's like really reinventing the wheel, which should have been done a long time ago. And
Yes,
I wonder why that everyone just went with the original. Do you ever ask yourself? I guess you did ask yourself that because then your creative mind started working. Like,
that
how
is
can
an
this be?
excellent question, and I will share this with you. I mean, that's an excellent comment on your part. And once I got into this, I realized how difficult it was because not only do you have to have good steel that will withstand bending, but you also have to find a wheel that you can have on the device. And with my design, there are a number of particular features and even I would say uh, design features that we had to adopt in order to bring this product to production. Concept was one thing, but actually producing a neutral grip device that is rigid, that's sturdy, that was a whole different challenge right there. And all of the components are the wheel come from Texas. The steel is supplied and produced in New York. The heavy duty inserts actually come from England. The foam grips come from St. Louis. So we actually had, and the shaft collars come from another manufacturing, and even the insert that we have in the device. So it was, like I said, concept was one thing, but actual putting it all together was a tall order. I'm sure other people can do it, but it's not nearly as easy as if you have a straight bar of a metal that you can do rollouts with, and just putting it through a wheel, and then you have an app wheel.
So that's right. Maybe that's why other people have thought of it, but
I hope so. Yeah.
it wasn't built in a day. So it was a lot of labor of love there. But it is a success for many people. I want to thank you for letting us try it. And one last tip. Do you have any last tips for anyone that that would be thinking like, oh, I should use one of those? Uh, any last tip that could help them like click, like make it click, like, yeah, I can do that. Especially those that are wondering if they don't have core strength. Of course, they'll get it, but a lot of people are afraid of ab wheels, especially if they have a weak core.
Mhm.
So anything that you could say that could help motivate them to give it a try.
Yes. Interestingly enough, there are a tremendous amount of app wheels on the market, and if you look online, eBay or Amazon, there's just a variety, and they're newer
Yeah, and
coming out
you have
often.
comparison on your website
Yeah,
also. Yeah.
yes. I not just because this is the one that I've designed and patented, but I just think that this is among the best in the world, just because of the versatility, the shoulder safety, and also the unique strengthening. I was in Ohio a few weeks ago and was fortunate enough to stop by Ohio University Strength and Conditioning, and had just a few minutes to show it to one of the strength and conditioning coaches. And he was a man of few words, and I wasn't quite sure if he was interested in the device. He said, "Hey, well, could you just leave me one?" Fortunately, he got back in touch a couple of weeks later wanting a quote and then he ended up ordering some units. So he sees the possibility. It really is a very good device, not only for beginners, but especially athletics, college, university, professional, because you've got a unique strengthening and benefit that comes with it.
Yeah, so I want to encourage everyone to check out your website. It is extremeabandarmwheel.com. Plus, I will have the link in the description box. So if anybody wants to just click on that, if they want to contact you, you're available to answer any more questions they may have.
Absolutely.
Okay, and they can order right from the website. Is that correct?
Yes, indeed.
All right,
Mhm.
that sounds good. Now, before we go, I want to thank you for your time and letting us check this out and this interview. But before we go, I want to ask you, it's time to show share your shoes. So I want to see your favorite shoe, Ken. What do you have?
Okay. I actually have a Rockport. Can you see it?
Sweet. Nice.
Yes. Mhm.
Comfortable?
Absolutely. In fact, it's the comfort, the quality, and the durability is why my feet seem to love the Rockports. This is probably my second or third pair, and I'm thinking we're going to be friends for a long time.
I like that. We're going to be friends for a long time. Hold it up a
Yeah,
little higher so we can get a better look at it. There you go. Nice. Really
yeah.
nice. Okay, so I have a different shoe every day. My favorite lately has been Asics. So this is my newest pair of Asics. And what did you say? We're going to be friends for a long time? Is that how you put it?
Yes,
Yeah, this
yes.
this is my new best friend. I love these Asics. I used to be hooked on Nike Shox, which I still love, but lately it's Asics, and they have so many different. I have a running shoe, I have just a workout shoe, I have a just walk around town shoe, and if anybody is an Asics expert, please contact me because I'd love to do an entire interview about Asics. So again, I want to thank you so much and encourage everyone check out his website, Extreme Ab and Arm wheel.com. I had to pause. I thought I said it backwards, but I didn't. But again, thank you so much, and look forward to many, many more people trying your product and succeeding with their fitness level from that, or improving their fitness level. Yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. So anyway, thank you so much. Have a great day, and we'll be seeing more of you in the future, I'm sure.
Thank you very much, Sherry, for having me.